What is going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to try and go through something that I found really annoying throughout the whole of FIFA that I've only just learned about what it actually does. It's going to be custom tactics. So what annoyed me about this was that EA gave you all these attributes you can increase or decrease, but they didn't actually tell you what they did. So I'm going to try and run through them. Speed dictates the pace at which your players get forward. So for instance, if you have something high like 70, that means that all your players will be running forward at full pace, but it leaves you very prone to a counter attack. But for instance, around 30ish means your players go up very, very slowly. So if you're like a one-man team, then I guess that'll work for you, but 50 for me is alright. And passing is where, well, it determines basically how far away your players will be to the ball carrier. So for instance, if you're around 70ish, then it will see players be quite a long while away, as in trying to receive like a load of long balls, whereas 30 will make sure that all your players try to move towards the ball, and kind of it's very good for short play, but 50 is, I'd say, the best option, as it gives like kind of a versatility. And so positioned, organised and freeform, I think is fairly self-explanatory. So next we have passing in the chance creation section, which basically dictates how your players look for passes. So a lower stat is good for like long balls and stuff like that, whereas a higher stat is more for tiki-taka football. So I would choose to go around the 60ish mark because I prefer to play shorter football. Crossing is, yeah, it's kind of where, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think the higher the number is, the more likely your team will be set up towards crossing, and so I don't really like that option, so I try and keep it low, around 35ish. And shooting is just how often your midfielders look to shoot, which is good if you have like midfielders that can shoot, like someone like Vidal or someone like that. And positioning, organised and freeform, always go organised, because I mean it could be shambles. So finally we have defence, and we start with pressure. So the default for this is 65, and a higher number, like around 70ish, basically makes it so that your defence will be pretty high at the pitch, so to the point where the natural defending position is more or less just about in their half, whereas somewhere like 30 will make it so that your team is practically defending off their own 6-yard box. But I definitely think a low line works on this game, so I would try to go somewhere around 45, so at least they're around outside the box and you definitely don't get caught out too often. Aggression is just how your defenders will hunt for the ball. So I would say if you've got a very good defense like Bonucci, Barzagli, Chiellini, Thiago Silva, that lot, I would go for a higher aggression, as there is like a higher chance they'll win the ball. But if you got maybe a defender that's not as good as defending, I would go for a lower aggression, just so you don't make any stupid mistakes. So I would set that to a bit lower, maybe around 45 again. And team width is pretty self-explanatory, really. The higher number is the wider out they'll be on the pitch. So for this, I like to go lower again, around 40ish, because I find that not a lot of people cross the ball nowadays. It's not like FIFA 14, so it'll be better if your fullbacks are in the box trying to help you defend on the ground. And finally, with positioning, you have cover or offside trap. So cover will make it so that they'll like your defenders will sort of just drift around the area, like, and the positioning is more freeform this way, but there is less chance of getting caught in the break. So I prefer this to the offside trap, which I think once again is pretty self-explanatory. So I hope this cleared all this up for you guys. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like, and I will see you guys later.